Hey everybody, welcome to week 13. I'm going to share my screen quickly since there are a lot of materials to go over. This is our drafting week. This is your week to draft that final essay, essay 3. So we have this overview video and I will take you through the resources folder. Please keep in mind that the due date for this week's work is Sunday, April 17th. Try not to drag your feet because we are coming quickly to the end of the semester. And as I said, there's not a lot of wiggle room at the tail end. So make sure that you get your work in on time or as close to on time as possible. And if you're struggling, please contact me so that we can make arrangements and come up with a plan of attack. So let's look at the resources folder. I have 2 lectures in here for you. The first one is working with quotes in academic writing. This video is, let's see, almost 20 minutes long. So, and I didn't break down any chapters for you, but there is the accompanying PowerPoint. If you don't want to listen to me talk you through it, you can download the PowerPoint instead and take a look at the information that's on the slides. The text that I mainly took the information from is this book called They Say, I Say by Gerald Graff. I have copied chapter 3 for you and it's in PDF format. This is a really good book for academic writing and I wish we used it in the course as a recommended book. But here I have chapter 3 for you. You may have noticed I copied a couple of other chapters and have put them up for you, but this is called, as he himself puts it, The Art of Quoting. This chapter I think is about, 11 pages long, and the last page really isn't very relevant. But I've just summarized most of the main points from here, and I've used some graphics in my presentation. And this book is big for using templates. So they have provided templates for introducing quotations and blending the author's words with your own. You can overanalyze a quotation sometimes. How not to introduce quotations, that can be helpful too. At the end, there are exercises here. So as I said, page 11 really isn't relevant, and a quarter or a third of page 10 really doesn't apply since we're not doing the exercises from this text. So it's here. If you feel like you need to read through something and have it explained in greater depth, you're more than welcome to take a look at that file and download it and keep it in your computers if you want to, or in whatever storage storage you have, cloud storage, if you're using one of the borrowed computers from Cincinnati State. I have another handout for you. This is called the TIES handout. I thought I had provided this handout for you earlier in the semester. I did not. I do make reference to it in the lecture. And this is a handy way to make sure that you don't leave any quote naked. You don't want to just have a drop and run quote. So TIES stands for tag, introduce, embed, and split. And this handout just shows you the various ways in which you can go about implementing or incorporating somebody else's direct quotation with your own words. And you see it's color coded. We have the quote in blue, your original words in green, and then the citation in yellow. So take a look at that. I think it's a helpful handout. And I speak a little bit about that in the presentation as well, you know, as far as making a quote sandwich. Then the second one is writing conclusions. And this one is also about 20 minutes long. I did not break it down into chapters. Again, we have the attached PowerPoint presentation if you prefer to just flip through the slides. In this video, I make reference to another YouTube video, which I can't really play in my recordings, but I do provide a link to it, as well as it has a card for you, as well as a thing at the end of the video where you can click on it if you choose to watch it. So that's that for the lectures. I do have this handout, which is the final draft rubric, just a copy of the rubric if you want to have that on hand or print it out, whatever. You have that to refer to. I did speak about this in the last unit. I went through and talked about the various points that I look at when I'm evaluating your work. I look at these same things when I'm looking at your rough drafts, and I try to provide in-depth feedback so that you can have a good revision. So that is that for the resources folder. Let's go back to the week 13 folder and see if there's anything else. So we also have these links on the writing process, which are once again a repeat of creating your draft. If you feel you have to revisit any of those, you have those links there. And then we have the assignment 3 submission link. Please note here down at the bottom, I don't know why this lecture is there. Please note here at the bottom that there's a note that says the final project. If you'll see in the syllabus, it's called the final project. The final project for this class might be reviewed by the English department and or the Learning Outcomes Assessment Committee for the achievement of the following institutional learning outcomes. So they're looking to see if you are able to read critically, including the ability to analyze and interpret a variety of printed books, documents, and articles. You can produce clear, logical, correct, coherent, and properly documented prose, and analyze, interpret, and critically respond to non-print media or sources. So students in this course should be aware that some assignments, this last assignment, might be used for the departmental or institutional outcome assessment as part of the college's continuous improvement process. Excuse me. Papers are selected randomly, and there is no identifying information for the student. It's just a random sampling of student work to make sure that the program is doing what it needs to do and that students are learning the skills that they're supposed to be learning. This assessment is separate and distinct from your course level assessment. It has no impact on your grades for the class. I don't even know if, I don't think you would even be notified. It's just making you aware that there is a chance that one of these papers, or one paper will be selected to be looked at to make sure that things are on the up and up in the program. I am the one who decides on your final grade, and that has nothing to do with the course level assessment. And a word about that, you will probably be getting an email with a link to the course assessment, the course evaluation link. Please make sure that you do those. I depend on them as feedback for me to improve as an instructor, but the department also likes to have it to make sure that the course is designed in a way that is best for students. So make sure to be on the lookout for that and complete it. This counter arguments lecture needs to go for next week. I don't know why it's in this week, but I'll move it and we won't know anything about it until next week. Okay, let me stop my screen here. Again, the assignment is due on the 17th, Sunday the 17th. Make sure you upload the document, all of that. Make sure that you try to get it as close to 1,250 words as you can. Have those 5 sources. You know the drill. We've gone through this already. And if you have any questions, please contact me. Have a fantastic week, everybody. Bye-bye.